Hello, my awesome Aries, and welcome to your weekly reading. This is just a general reading, so please do take what resonates and toss the rest. Also, if you haven't checked out your other signs in your chart, we have your moon reading up, we have your monthly reading up, and your love bonus up. But also, if this doesn't resonate with you, check out the other signs in your chart that may resonate with you. However, if you do enjoy this, please do like, subscribe, share, all that great stuff. Hit the notification bell. I would greatly appreciate it. It does help me grow my channel, and it does help get to the other Aries. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started here on your general weekly reading. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and see what we've got for you, Aries. And we don't do reversals on these. We do those on the full readings. But we'll go ahead and see what we've got going on. All right, so let's see what we've got for you. All right, so it does look like you've come out of some heartbreak. Now, this could be time is fluid in tarot, so this doesn't necessarily mean this just happened. It could be long ago, and you're still healing from that. But I do see you've had some heartbreak. So perhaps you've just now come out of a relationship, or you've lost someone, something of that nature. But I do see that you've suffered some heartbreak. Again, could be very recent for some of you, and you're very much still reeling over that, or it could be something that's been quite a long time ago, and you just really haven't gotten over that specific person. You may have even seen other people in the interim, if it's somebody that you had a relationship with, if it's somebody that you've lost in your life, a friend, a family member, either emotionally lost because you've lost them as a friend, or actually lost to their passing. They are still with you very much. You think about them, you're saddened by that, you're heartbroken by that still to this day. And otherwise, if it's a relationship, you may very much still you may have had relationships since, but this is the one that still left its mark on you. So I do feel like you still have that with you in some regard. And it may be affecting your relationships, because I do see you have a tower moment, okay? So something about that, you may be hanging on to that too much, okay? For some of you, if you're a person who, take it as it resonates, if you're a person who this is long past, so this is a relationship you broke up with, a year ago, 2 years ago, 6 months or more, whatever it may be, and you feel like in your heart, like, I should be over this by now, or I've dated other people that were decent, or your friends have said, hey, that was a decent person, but maybe you were comparing them to, the one that you feel got away, or the one that broke your heart. This is a prime opportunity here where they're saying, this is the point for a tower moment where you need to the universe is saying, kind of destroy what your thought process is, your patterns are, and rebuild, okay? So if you're still hung up on somebody in any way, you need to stop that. That needs to go, okay? Because a lot of you, I feel like that's kind of the case. It's affecting you moving forward. You may be hung up on them and you don't want to move forward at all. You may be hung up on them in a way that you're trying to move forward, but you're really not putting your all into it, or you're not giving people fair chances. If you really sat and thought about it, you're kind of like, well, maybe I am comparing things to that person or whatever. And so it's a situation where the tower really does need to come down. And for some of you, if this is a person where you just really miss this person, but you are kind of being one of those people that is kind of stiff and stringent and not being apologetic, maybe this is time to take the tower down, as in, kind of legitimately take your walls down. Make reconciliations with this person in order to heal, to rebuild a better tower. So if this is somebody that, was a good friend or family member, and you are heartbroken that you kind of have fallen out with them, kind of lost connection or communication with them because of a falling out or something, this could very much be your chance to rebuild that. This is where they're saying, the universe is saying, or spirit is saying, hey, bring down that tower, bring down your walls. Don't let your own pride goeth before a fall. Don't let your own pride, don't let your own, stringent behavior or whatever it may be, your need to be right. Maybe you are right about this, but is it worth the heartbreak that it's causing you? Maybe this is time to kind of drop all those walls, let that go, and rebuild a nice healing place, okay? So it depends on kind of what your situation is. Take it as it resonates. But again, I do feel like The general message here is that it is time to let go of whatever it is that's been breaking your heart. So if you are a person who is still in a relationship that you are being heartbroken, you are continuously getting heartbroken, or this is a very new heartbreak, something you've recently found out and you're like, okay, do I break free, or do I let them, have a pass this time? Or, do I trust them to kind of change, or, do I stick with it? The universe is saying absolutely not. This person they've broken your heart. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, right? No. So again, the universe is saying whatever this is that's broken your heart, it has to go. Okay. If it's something that is mentally binding you, let it go. If it's something where you're still physically involved with that, don't trust it again. Let it go. Tear it down. Start from scratch. Start fresh. Start new. You deserve better. Okay. That's what the Tower is all about. It's about you deserving more and having to release something to receive what you really truly deserve, okay? And your final card is Justice. So this is so clear that you have to, you have to release to get your justice. You will get your justice, okay? You will get what it is that you want, okay? You will get your justice. This could be something where somebody broke your heart and it's really a matter of you have to do something you really don't want to do. You may have to take them to court if it's a legal battle. It could be, realistically, you might have to divorce. This could be a divorce situation. And you have to get your justice through legal means. But for many of you, or most of you, I feel like this is more so just kind of getting your own personal justice, feeling like you are overcoming this heartbreak, this loss, this suffering, and being able to come out in a stronger, better, more justified place, a place that's more deserving of you, more behooving to you. So I definitely feel like that's the case. But again, whatever ties that bind, and again, this could be something that for many of you, it's a family healing issue. It could be, friends, family. It doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship that's been, really breaking you down or has continued to break you down long since past. But this could be somebody, you've really fallen out with, a best friend, a family member, and just, you've been really kind of stubborn. I hate to use that term, but in regards, maybe your need to be right has kept you from making amends more so than it should. And you really need to tear that all down, start your relationship fresh with this person. And if it means that you have to, say, I'm sorry, even if you're right, the justice there is that you were the bigger person and you still ended up coming out with a friendship that was more important to you than the heartbreak you were having, right? So you created your own justice there. And that's really important, okay? So let's see what your challenge card might be. And again, take it as it resonates, because for you, this could be a lot of different things that, the heartbreak could be involving, or how long maybe it's gone on for you personally. But again, the thing is that you really do need to cut off whatever it is that is causing you heartbreak or continuing to, kind of bind you to that heartbreak in order for you to live a more justified, happy life. So your challenge card is the Magician. And I do think that that is probably twofold for some of you. For some of you, I think this is your own, you're your own worst enemy with this, because you feel like you have all these tools. So for some of you that, you aren't wanting to, you're a little stubborn, you aren't wanting to say, hey, I'm not going to apologize, or hey, I'm not going to let go of this relationship that is really not great because I can fix it. I'll give them another chance. I can put them on the straight and narrow. Listen, the universe is telling you right here, this person, fool me once, shame on you, right? If they've hurt you once, they're likely to hurt you again, okay? With all the tools at your disposal, use them better, okay? Don't use them to fix somebody who's already hurt you. Don't use them to stay stubborn and prove you're right. You may be right. Everyone around you may know you're right, but is it worth the loss of a friend, okay? You may be able to try to change this person temporarily, but is it ever going to be long-term? Do tigers really change their stripes? Is it worth ongoing heartbreak if it happens again and again and again? No, it's not, okay? But the second thing too is with the Magician, a lot of times you get that deception, okay? You get somebody who is trying to pull a magic trick on you. And again, I think that could be the case here too, is that that's kind of like this same thing. If this is somebody who broke your heart, they may very well be trying to continue to break their heart. They may be making promises that they have no intention of keeping. Sure, I'll change. Sure, I'll do what you want me to do. Sure, I'll be who you want me to be. I'll fix it. But it's just going to continue down that path. Again, tigers don't change their stripes. That's kind of an old cliche, but typically old cliches get their long-term standing because they have some truth to them, right? So again, the tower needs to come down, okay, so that you can get the justice from this person, for yourself, in life, for happiness sake, all of these things, okay? So let's get some clarification here. We do use our psychic deck. This is the psychic deck that we will use to kind of try to clarify the Three of Swords here, the heartbreak type of card, and see what it says about that. See if there's something we can kind of figure out about that might help you either make a decision or clarify what that's in reference to if you have more than one situation you're dealing with. Okay, conflict and defeat. So this situation has made you feel like you've gone through conflict and defeat, and there's no doubt about that. You know, you are dealing with something that's broken your heart, okay? The question is, to what degree are you allowing this conflict and defeat to continue? That's the question, and I do believe Spirit here is telling you that if you're still feeling conflict and defeat, and this is not, you know, something that you are comfortable with, or this is something that's been ongoing, that tells you right there that this is not, okay, this is not the right person for you. Don't waste all of these tools at your disposal to make them better. Don't allow them the chance to trick you again, okay? So if this is somebody who has just done nothing but cause you conflict and defeat in your life since you've known them, or, you know, for the majority of your relationship or what have you, let them go, set them free, right? So that's not what you want. That's not how you get your justice. Justice for your life, for your joy, for your happiness is not earned or gleaned through conflict and defeat. You know, it's only through you defeating, you know, this by bringing the tower down, defeating that whole idea of their conflict, that, you know, stepping away from their conflict, stepping away from their drama, that it's going to get you to a happy place, okay? So if you know somebody that you've done nothing but have conflict with, and you feel constantly defeated, then that's exactly who we're talking about, okay? So if this is more of a friend, like I said, I feel like for many of you that maybe this is a friend or family member that you've either lost, you know, somebody that you've lost to death or something like that, that certainly they couldn't help. That's not necessarily probably who we're referring to as much, because they didn't specifically intentionally cause you conflict or defeat. If this is somebody who, you know, is a best friend or family member, you might have had a conflict or defeat with them at one point, but that's not somebody that you don't want to make amends with, okay? So don't be too stubborn on that. Let them in, okay? But if this is somebody who's perpetually causing you conflict and defeat, that's who we're talking about in this regard, okay? So if it's a relationship or somebody like that that's just been nothing but trouble over and over more than once, or they, you know, they're going to continue to cause you trouble by pulling, oh, I'm sorry, but they don't really mean it. That's what we're talking about. So this is the Moon deck. Let's get some clarification on this Tower and the Magician. Okay, self-reflection. So again, I feel like this is something where you want to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and like what you see. You want to be able to enjoy your self-reflection, feel yourself growing as a person and fulfilled. And again, the way to get that is to use these tools in a positive way, okay? Not to try to fix somebody else who may turn around and do the same horrible things to you again, but, you know, to fix yourself in a way that says, okay, let's work on bringing this down. If it's somebody that I really care about, you know, I am willing to look at my own reflection and say, hey, I can take a loss, if you will, call it that, because overall it's still a win. Okay, I can say I'm sorry even if I know I was right, because that just makes me a bigger person. It gives me the justice of knowing that I did the better, right thing, and I still came out on top because I got the person back that I cared about, and I can live with that. Okay, I can live with that in the mirror. Okay, but what I cannot live with is being tricked again by this person or trying to continue to fix something that's going to continue to bite me, okay, that's a tower that should come down, because I would not be able to live with that. That's not something I want in my life, that I'm going to continue to look in my mirror. It's just going to get less and less enjoyable to be able to face myself, right? Okay, let's look at this Justice card. We'll pull out one last advice card here for the Justice card and see what we're working with, okay? And then that should close us out. But this does look like something where, you know, you do need to kind of let go of somebody or something that's really causing you some, you know, some heartbreak, or has caused you heartbreak in the past. And maybe you are just hanging on to that memory of them even. And that memory just needs to go. And then there may be somebody, you know, some of you that are holding on to a grudge or something that you really do need to let go of, so that you can, you know, have that person back in your life. So depending on where you are on that side, where it resonates with you. So this one says, you are the joy seeker. What little victories can you celebrate? So again, this is it. Your justice is finding your joy. That is justice. Okay. Justice is being happy, you know, and again, I may be getting this quote completely wrong, but I know there was something where John Lennon's teacher asked him when he was young, what he wanted to be when he grew up. And he said, happy. And she said, I don't think you understood the assignment. And he said something like, I don't think you did, something of that regard. But the whole point was, what he wanted to be was happy. You know, that was justice, that was growth, that was ultimate outcome to him. He didn't care about anything else at that age when he was young, you know, and, you know, that young naivety. But there again, it's like, that is what you need to be, a joy seeker. That should be your ultimate justice and goal. So, you know, if that means that you need to cut out any memory of, or any thought of, or any chances that you're giving this negative person, then do it. Don't let them keep doing the same things over and over again and expecting a different result. It doesn't happen, okay? And if it means letting your walls down, rebuilding a whole new relationship with somebody by admitting that you were wrong, or not even that, maybe just apologizing, even if you know you're right, to get yourself joy and justice in the long run by having that person back in your life because they bring you joy and you're missing them, well then, isn't it worth it? So, you know, again, you have to kind of take it as it resonates for you personally. But anyway, I hope this did resonate with you. If it did, please do like, subscribe, share, all the other great stuff. And I hope to see you back later. I will be doing the May general readings. Bye.